Now, let's proceed to Chapter 5, the liquidation of insolvent juridical debtors. So, when we say juridical, katong na distinct and unique, a separate entity, separate personality of the entities nga katong corporate entities. So, kung insolvent gani ang usa ka juridical entity, here's what to do. So, Section 90, voluntary liquidation. Actually, this chapter, we will deal with two kinds of liquidation, the voluntary liquidation and involuntary liquidation. So, Section 90, the involuntary is Section 91. So, kung sa Section 90, voluntary liquidation. So, kanisang voluntary liquidation is ang debtor na dyan, feel niya nga, ay, napa man, sufficient pa man akong assets, but kanang pambayad ni sa kato namang laing creditor, and dili naman ko makabayad aning creditor. So, maano siyang impossible na jud kaayo, non-curable, non-fixable na jud kaayo ang iyang pagka-insolvent, dili na siya kanang murag, dili na feel niya dili na mada og rehabilitation jud. So he or she will file a petition for liquidation na jud to the court, with the court. So these petitions will be verified. So actually the same gyapon ni sa kanang kung whenever mag-petition yan, mag-file og petition, the same ra jud ang requirements. Actually ma-the-same ra jud, naray ka ng gamay nga kalahian. So katong schedule of debtors and kanang debtors debts and liabilities, katong pila ang katong amount, addresses, mga collateral, securities, o unsa tong mga inventory of all assets, katong mga receivables or claims against the third parties. Iyan is ikuan dito, iyan ang ibutang sa petition. Then katong sa rehabilitation is three qualified nominees man to para mahimong rehabilitation receiver, but then kani 3 nominees to the position of liquidator. So, siya ang mo liquidate na. Muna niya ang need sa liquidation na petition. So, even if pending pa gani ang katong court-supervised or pre-negotiated nga rehabilitation proceedings, pwede sa gyapon mo na akong giingon ganina nga kanang pwede sad mo file og liquidation ang debtor even though kanang naa gani ongoing nga kanang rehabilitation proceedings. Then, pwede sa na sila nga mag-hearing nga kanang nag-ongoing pa tong hearing ato o nag-hearing pod gyapon siya sa liquidation. So kay kuan naman na this will give the court nga kanang maka-decide sila to determine what is really what to do with this situation sa debtors and creditors, sa insolvency sa debtors. So if ma-prove gani nga sufficient in substance and form, so meritorious, or the court will find merit to the liquidation nga naay point ang kaning debtor nga dili na jud siya makabayad, completely insolvent na jud siya. Sige, let's proceed to the liquidation na jud. Dapat verified ni siya, and then that it should state, or the petition, it should state nga the debtor is really seeking immediate dissolution and termination of its corporate existence, kay since impossible na, non-curable ang iyahang pagka-insolvent. So if the petition or the motion, as the case may be, is sufficient in form of substance, I mentioned earlier, the court shall issue now a liquidation order. So ganina rehabilitation order man to. Now a liquidation order. This liquidation order will be discussed in Section 112 of Chapter 7. Yeah, Chapter 7, which talks about the provisions common to liquidation in insolvency of individual and juridical debtors. So, ma-mention na dito, so let us not dive deeper into that. So, next, Section 91, muna ang giingon ganina nga, involuntary liquidation. So kani siya kay dili siya out of will nga pag-liquidate lang no sa kanang creditors, but then kanang wala nay mahimo ang kanang creditor nga kanang liquidation na lang jud, because sa involuntary liquidation is wala nay choice ang creditor but nga maka-demand sa ilang payments, because beta nag-set basta nakay kanang mangutang ka naman dyan ay deadline, but then insolvent na ay kanang properties ang debtor, but then sa insolvency niya currently kay na-ay ka ng instances nga dili siya kabayad when it falls due, or nang deadline na but di siya makabayad, so ma-force nga ma-liquidate jud ang insolvent debtor sa iyang kanang mga assets niya, so ma-liquidate na siya, so wala na pag-asa nga collect bitaw og payments ang katong creditor. So mo lang involuntary liquidation, but there is specific nga conditions when it comes to the creditors. So 3 or more creditors, the aggregate of whose claims is at least either 1 million pesos or at least 25% of the subscribed capital stock, subscription, or partners contributions of the debtor, whichever is higher, may apply for liquidation of an insolvent debtor by filing a petition for liquidation of the debtor with the court. So actually kanang na force bitaw sila nga mo file law og liquidation because wala na jud kabayad ang debtor, nga kanang deadline na, wala jud, unable to pay, the ability to pay of the debtor impossible na jud. So sila na lang murag na force, wala sila choice but to file a liquidation for the debtor. So, the petition, ang content sa petition, kay katong claim nga ang kanang debtor kay wala has failed to generally meet its liabilities as they fall due. So, wala siya kabayad. So, this should have not been made for at least 180 days. That's 6 months. So, dapat kani siya nga kanang due and demandable payments kay wala ni siya naitabo katong within the 180 days. So, dapat na siya makuha na siya. This is subject to involuntary liquidation. Dili na makabayad ang debtor. So, there is no substantial likelihood that the debtor may be rehabilitated. This is what I've mentioned earlier na nang dili na jud madaog rehabilitation, non-curable, and non-fixable. So, they will convert to the proceedings of liquidation because mo na siya, dili na jud the ability to pay, no more. So, this is also the same ganina nga, even though pending pa or pwede sa after the rehabilitation sa insolvent debtor kay makafile japon sila og kaning involuntary liquidation to convert the rehabilitation proceedings into liquidation proceedings. So, such motions shall be verified and dapat sa nakastate nga movance ang tawag sa kanang mga creditors nga sila na force sila og kanang file of liquidation for the debtor, that they are seeking the immediate liquidation of the debtor because kuan naman kung unsa lang to yung mabilin na assets nga wala naman siya kabayad sa deadline, sunod sa deadline ng debtor. So mo na lang na ilang kuan nga pag-asa jud the liquidation. So if the petition of the such involuntary liquidation is proven to be sufficient in form of substance, meaning to say naka-find og merit nga kani sakto jud nina ng court. After that is mag-issue na jud ang court og order, the order for the kanang petition nga ipahibaw na ang katong other interested parties. So kani nabalik gyapon katong pag-publicize sa kanang order for the awareness of everyone, those who are interested, and for the debtors, all the debtors and creditors who are not petitioners. So, they had dealings with the entity lang na ang insolvent debtors. So, they need to know sad para kanang kaybaw sila kung unsay kanang mga actions that will be beneficial to them. So, this should be within 15 days from the date of last publication. So, the last date of publication dapat within 15 days gipahibaw na gipang spread na ang word na mauna ni nahitabo nga naay kanang liquidation petition, involuntary liquidation petition na mahitabo for this certain debtor nga kanang insolvent na. So, if after considering the comments filed, the court determines that the petition or motion is meritorious, katong they found merit to that said petition, they decided that it should be done, they will issue a liquidation order that will be mentioned in section 112 on chapter 7. So let's proceed. Moving on to section 92. Conversion by the court into liquidation proceedings. So actually ato na jud ni siyang na-mention ganina nga katong dili na jud madaog rehabilitate ang kanang insolvency sa debtor. So ilang i-convert ang rehabilitation nga proceedings into liquidation proceedings. So this should be pursuant to sections 25, section 72, 75, and section 90 of this act. So katong section 90 ato natong na mentioned ganina. So kaning section 25, 72, and 75, this is discussed in chapters 1 and 2. So let's not kanang dig into that more because it has been discussed. So katong liquidation order again, in Section 112, it will be issued if mag-convert na sila to liquidation proceedings. Section 93, powers of the SEC or the Securities and Exchange Commission. So, ang kanang powers sa SEC, dire we all know nga kanang corporations, all corporations kay kanang registered by the SEC man dapat man. So, ang powers nga gihold sa kaning SEC is not affected by the provisions of this certain chapter. So, the provisions of this chapter again shall not affect the regulatory powers of the SEC under Section 6 of Presidential Decree number 902A. So what is this law? So what is this law nga indicates the powers of SEC? So the law is called the SEC Reorganization Act. So it states sa Section 6 unsa to mga kanang powers sa SEC. And to name a few, katong ang SEC is to issue preliminary and permanent injunctions or kaning warnings sa katong mga ma-violate na kanang corporations, whether prohibitory or mandatory. Pwede sila power to punish for contempt of the commission. Pwede sila maka-compel the officers of any corporation or associations registered by it. Then pwede sila makakatong power nila to pass upon the validity of the issuance, to impose fines and or penalties for violation of this of the decree kaning SEC Organization Act, then to authorize the establishment of operations of exchanges, and to suspend, revoke, after proper notice and hearing, the franchise or certificate of registration of corporations, partnerships, or associations upon any of the grounds provided by law. So, noto katong some of the powers of SEC. So, kanin sila, dili na dyan ni mag-matter. So, kanang dili ni affected ang kaning chapter, ang provision sa kaning chapter, dili maka-affect sa power of the SEC as provided or as expressly stated in Section 6 of the Presidential Decree 902A, or also known as the SEC Reorganization Act.